Listen, are you tired of starting the week with all the energy in the world, but by the time you get to the middle of the week or even the end of the week, you don't have the same energy levels and you haven't hit any of your goals? You see, the problem is not the intention, the problem is your attention, meaning that most people plan their goals with their highest energy self, but life throws itself at you. You don't plan your goals for your lower energy self. Make sure you stick around because in this video, I am going to go through a 4-step plan that's going to take you from burnout to breakthrough. In the last tip, I'm going to go through what helped me go from a burnout investment banker to help me launch my business, coach thousands of employees, and be recognized by Sir Richard Branson himself. If you're new here, my name is Solomon, also known as the bodybuilding banker. I'm an investment banker by trade and a high performance coach whose sole purpose is to help you be the best version of you by awakening that inner champion that lives inside of you. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. But attention is one of your most powerful assets. Step 1, use the results planning method, also known as RPM. This is where you start with the result in mind and then you reverse engineer tasks based on the outcome. We usually decide what to do based on one of 3 reasons. It could be whatever is most pressing or painful towards you, whatever is most pleasurable, and the final thing is your sense of vision. This is usually the last of the 3 options. An example of painful or pressing could be, I need to get some work done because my manager is chasing me. This happened numerous times during my first years in investment banking. I'd be working perhaps on a financial model or be doing some company research. And I had so many conflicting deadlines. And so I would sit at my desk and even forget to eat sometimes because I was so focused on getting this done because it was the most pressing thing towards me. On the other hand, an example of pleasurable would be simply giving into your cravings. Asking what to do really requires another question. This question is, what is the outcome? Therefore, if you're fatigued, you will always elevate to your higher self because you will know this is who I need to be. This is the result I'm looking to achieve. And that will inform the activity that you need to do. Bill Gates started off as a software designer and he changed the world by not asking how do I make better software, but how do I become the intelligence for computers worldwide. He started off with an outcome. How do I implement this? Usually when I have a meeting, it might be for my businesses or work, rather than asking what I need to do, I ask myself, what is the most important thing? What is the outcome? I found numerous times 1-hour meetings are usually condensed into 30 minutes and in some cases 15 minutes. I send an agenda. I say these are the points we need to achieve. I make sure that all the important points are addressed. People find really innovative ways to efficiently get to the outcome once they know the outcome. Once you've decided the outcome or result that you're looking to achieve, make a decision, not a choice. Most people use them interchangeably, but they are 2 distinct things. The prefix D from decision is a Latin word, which means to cut. So when you make a decision, you cut yourself from all possibilities and you focus on the outcome. But when you make a choice, you leave all the options on the table. You haven't had a great day and you want to feel good about yourself. So you decide to have a snack or a cheat meal. You've chosen to be healthy and it feels like it. But when things get tough, you go back to your other choices. One of the ways that have helped me eliminate distractions is knowing the difference between a should and a must. Shoulds imply suggestions or recommendations, often leading to ambiguity and procrastination. You might say something like, I should make 50 cold calls today. That sounds kind of optional. And if your energy levels are low, it's unlikely that you're going to achieve it. This doesn't give a level of commitment. What you really should do is say, I must make 50 cold calls a day to increase the likelihood of achieving that goal. Great thing about must is you can attach a deadline and you can say, I must make 50 cold calls before lunchtime. This is what helped me to land speaking gigs with the likes of Microsoft, King's College London, and WorldPay. Sometimes you could feel that what you're doing is quite futile and it might not push you towards what you're trying to do. And our brains love to conserve energy. The reason why we have certain habits is because we built those neural pathways, done those actions so many times before that our brain can compartmentalize it as a series of repeated actions. And therefore, it's a lot easier to do certain things than other things. For example, when starting this YouTube channel, sometimes I would get in late from work and I'll be absolutely fatigued. And the easiest thing for me was to post a gym picture or something on Instagram. My bigger goal, which was to provide more educational and long form content, this drove me to do what was harder in the initial stage, but what was more important. Step number 3, make willpower irrelevant. This idea came from a book I read earlier this year called The Motivation Myth by Jeff Hayden. So the book delves into the ideas on how high achievers manage to set themselves up to win. One of the key things that I really took away was motivation is not the driver of success, but rather a function of success. It simply means that motivation is not some secret source that gets you started, but rather comes as a result of the positive momentum you build when you begin to succeed. Especially when you have ambitious goals, these are things that you might not have done. Therefore, you might expand a lot of mental, in some cases physical energy in order to get to that goal. First, make decisions the night before. We all have a finite store of mental energy when exercising self-control. Some of us have less and some of us have more. The more decisions you make in a day, the more taxing it is on the brain. More than we look for shortcuts, it makes us become impulsive, and we quickly deplete that store of energy. You can decide simply what you're going to wear the night before. You can decide what you're going to eat. More importantly, you can decide what tasks you are going to focus. It gives you a sense of clarity. It also conserves and generates energy towards that task. Most importantly, it eliminates decision fatigue. The next step is to make sure you use time boxing. Time boxing is where you allocate or allot a specific set of time towards an activity or a task. This comes from Parkinson's law. This is the idea that work expands according to the time that you allocate towards it. For example, I decided today between 9 and 11, I'm going to film this YouTube video. If you don't time box, you can say to yourself you're going to film a YouTube video, but instead of taking 2 hours like I did, it might take you the whole day. If you sit down, go through your calendar, allocating specific blocks of time towards your goals, you will find that you'll get a lot more done and you'll be a lot more productive. Finally, whenever you are looking to tackle a goal or particular project, make sure that you granularize or break it down into its most simplest form. When you're more granular, you increase the activity of your prefrontal cortex. This is the smart part of your brain that is responsible for extensive functions such as goal setting, decision making, and problem solving. When you are more granular and when you are more clear, you tend to reduce the activity of your amygdala. The amygdala is known for processing emotions and generating stress responses. This will help you reduce feelings such as fear, anxiety, doubt, or uncertainty, and will allow you to approach situations with a more rational and clear mindset. So one of the goals for me was to get more corporate clients. This was quite vague, and often I'll procrastinate because I wasn't sure about the action I should take. I asked myself, what does getting more clients look like? One of the things I realized is that I need to be visible in the communities in which my clients interact. On Sunday evening between 6 and 8, write down content and schedule it so that it can automatically post throughout the day. This is just one aspect of getting more clients. I was able to build a buzz where my clients will find value from my content, they will interact with me, and they will more likely be interested in my other services because of the free value I gave them. The more I thought about it, the more granular I could get. I found another time in my week where I would do my research. But you see where I'm getting. The more granular I was, the more it informed my activities, and the more clarity I had and the more energy I had to achieve those tasks even when I didn't feel like it. Instead of setting vague tasks such as getting more clients or generating more leads, create actionable, concise points which you can follow, and make sure there is a call to action and a deadline. This will allow you to achieve more in a compressed level of time, even when you don't feel like it. Now it's your turn. I want to hear from you. And in fact, I want to know which tip was the most valuable to you. Simply comment the word breakthrough and let me know which tip resonated with you the most. I will send you a free blueprint to what I use in order to achieve maximum productivity in my fitness and my business during my time working 100 hours a week in investment banking. If you found this useful, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. A lot of you tell me that you find so much value from these videos, but you're not subscribed, and it really helps push the video out so it can serve more people. And also let me know in the comments, what sort of content do you want me to make next in the video. Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I wanted to tell you about my high performance course. I get a lot of questions on social media. How did you get into investment banking? As an inner city kid based in London, I was able to stay fit whilst working 80 to 100 hours in investment banking, or how I was able to transition and build a business and be a speaker at the likes of Microsoft and receive a reward from Sir Richard Branson himself. I have created the high performance blueprint course. I give you video tutorials. You also get different worksheets. Most importantly, you get coaching and accountability from me. This is a step-by-step course that will allow you to awake your inner champion to become the best version of you, not just in one area, but in all areas of your life.